All right, what's up, guys? So today is actually New Year's Day, and I had no intention of working, but there was a job that came out, surprisingly. I didn't even know that stores were going to be open today. So I'm doing a Best Buy order. I just couldn't resist. It's too easy. It's 11 o'clock pickup. Will be done in less than an hour. So I'm just going to add that to my earnings. That's not what this video is about. I want to do an update to my new goal that I set in this video. So I told you guys about my goal. I want you guys to join me and do it to help build wealth. And I have not posted that video yet. And so I'm doing this video in anticipation of the questions or comments that I might get. So there's a couple things that I thought about after I reviewed the video. I'm like, I know somebody's gonna ask this or say this. So that's what this video is. So I just wanna highlight a few things so that you completely understand what I'm doing. That's what this video is about. All right, so let me knock this first job out real quick. All right, guys, I'm at Best Buy. Looks like most businesses look like they're closed. It's very dead. It's hardly no traffic at all on the road. So anyways, they're open. So I'm gonna do this one job and that'll be it. We're driving 6 miles from here. All right, guys, as you can see, I loaded up myself. Very light, very easy. So this thing works great. All right, so driving 6 miles. Very easy delivery. Not gonna even show this. All right, guys, so like I said, not gonna show this. This is a super easy delivery. I just talked to the customer. So the drive is actually 3 miles. I said 6. It's 3 miles away. It's right down the street. I think it's either going in the garage or we're going through the garage. So it's gonna be one of those houses where the laundry room's right inside the garage, the room inside the garage, something like that. So anyways, about to knock this out and then we'll get into what this video is about. All right, guys, just finished that delivery. It's very easy. Like I said, we went through the garage. So it didn't go in the garage, went right through the garage. The laundry room's right there. So that's how much we made. So nice, quick, easy job, 30 minutes. So I'm about to head back home, watch some football. But before we do that, let me get into the purpose of this video. All right, guys, I just made it home and I just wanted to clarify a few things. It's not gonna take long. So what I'm trying to do is build discipline, financial discipline. That's what the whole purpose of it is. So there are many ways to build wealth. I kind of mentioned that, but I want you to make sure you understand. Be smart with your money. Ultimately, you want to put your money into something that's going to multiply the money, not just save and that's it. Saving is good, but you should be investing, right? You should be investing. So I'm not saying, I'm not having you do this or asking you to do this with me as if that's the only thing you could do. Obviously, like I have investments. I'm invested in the stock market. I did videos on it. I showed you guys that, and I will do an in-depth video on my Rumble page, but I will share some of the stocks that I'm invested in and how it works and how my money is working for me. I put in money one time and I'll never have to put money in again. If I don't want to. I can, but I don't have to. It's building wealth itself. The money's working for me. So ultimately, that's what you want to do. Everybody can't do that. Everyone is not in a position to do that right now. This is very, very basic. This is like step 1 of building wealth. So that's where I want to start with. I don't want to, most people have a really hard time. People think it's really easy to invest. It's not easy. There's a lot of things to invest in. There's a lot of things that you could do to build wealth, but let's start at step 1. Let's build some discipline. So it's going to require you to lower your expenses. It's going to require you to do things so that you can actually put $100 away every week or $200 or whatever the amount that you can afford. You got to pick a number and stick to it. You can't put away $100 and then $50 the next week. No, pick that number and it needs to be consistent, the same number. That's what it's about. So do what you can afford. Whatever that number is, that's what you're going to do. Now, another thing I wanted to highlight was I'm doing weekly because I pay myself weekly. If you pay yourself every 2 weeks or once a month, then base it on that. So you don't have to do once a week of savings. I'm just doing that because I pay myself once a week. So if you want to do, $200 every 2 weeks or something like that, then that's fine. I'm not saying it has to be every week. It could be every month, but it needs to be a number based on your income. So your monthly income, whatever it is, take 20% or 10% or 5% of that and consistently put it away, whatever that number is. That's what it is. It's the formula that we're using. So I kind of know already that I'm probably going to get some questions or comments or people going to be confused. I'm using this to clear that up. Okay, so this is just step one. This is basic saving. Okay, this is like what my kids are doing. Like when my son helps me with a job and I pay him 20 bucks, he doesn't have any expenses. He has no bills. So he's saving his money. He's not spending it. He's saving it. And it's adding up. Like he's going to make like $1,000 in a month, just helping me during the time that he's off. So because he's saving that money. So that's what it is. We're building a savings account, and we're building a savings account so that you can sustain yourself for more than 30 days, more than 90 days, more than 6 months. That's what we're trying to do. And every American should have a savings like that. And so that's why I'm doing this. This is step one, amateur, beginner, saving, learning how to be disciplined. That's what it takes. You could always do this. I could have did this a long time ago, but we're never thinking like that. We're never sticking to it. Okay. So you got to discipline yourself to find that number and put it away and don't touch it. A lot of you guys have put money away, but then you end up touching it. You end up going back to it. Don't do that. And if you have to, do automatic transfer. If you don't have the strength or the ability to actually transfer the money into the savings, do auto transfer. Let it do it automatically. You got to do it. You got to be disciplined to do it. If you're living above your means, you got to learn to cut back. You got to figure out what expenses, where you're wasting money. I don't care if you just got to cut a cable bill. Whatever you got to do to actually have an extra money that you can put away, do it. So just to bring this to an end, when I do my video of kind of like my overview of 2025, I will be talking about some investments. So that is part of the plan, but let's stick to basic. Let's just practice saving. Let's practice taking the money, right? Let's analyze. If you're living paycheck to paycheck and you can't even afford to save, you're in a bad situation. You're in a very bad situation. So you need to cut back on something. There's something that you can cut back on. There's something that you're wasting money on. You have a subscription that you can cancel, Netflix or whatever. It's like something's got to go. You have to have a certain amount of money that you make, and you have to be able to take a percentage of that and put it away consistently for the next 3.5 years. Let's do it. I promise you, your bank account is going to grow. It's going to grow. Okay. And that's going to develop discipline, right? We gotta crawl before we walk. We're crawling right now. Okay. Once we get that discipline and we realize, man, okay, you're going to look back at your account in 3.5 years. We're going to look at it and we're going to see how much money's in there. And we're going to say, man, I did that. I disciplined myself. I controlled myself. I didn't buy those Jordans. I didn't, you just learn discipline. That's what it's about. I'm gonna leave it at that. Okay. So hopefully that clears up some confusion. Just to recap, do the amount that you actually can afford. So whatever number you pick, I don't care if it's $60 a month, if that's what you can afford, do $60 a month. Okay. But that should be based on your income. So it should be 20, 10, or 5% of your actual monthly income or weekly income or bi-weekly income. That's what it's based on. And do not change that number. Never drop it. You can raise it, but never drop it. It needs to stay the same. Do it consistently and don't stop. Okay. And again, this is building discipline. That's what it's about. And we're following a formula that God actually instituted. God gave this formula to Joseph. So we're going to copy that. We're going to emulate and copy that formula to build wealth. Okay. And I'm not talking about getting rich. I'm saying building sustainable income. Okay. We're preparing for the worst. Having a savings account where you're not stressed out because you're not going to get a paycheck for the next 2 weeks because your job is furloughing you or something, whatever. Okay. That's what you need to do. I don't care if you have a W-2 job or you're an independent contractor. Everybody can do this. It's just basic saving fundamental. All right. So anyways, I just want to clear that up. Hopefully there's no confusion. I'll probably get more questions or confusion, possibly. I don't know, but hopefully that cleared it up. Let's get at it. Again, January 15th, we're starting. I'm starting. You need to start on that date. Let's do it. Let's do it. All right. All right, man. Y'all have a good one. I'll catch y'all on the next one.